Hey Les, good to see you. Yeah, it's warm, hot day today, so I work from home. I can wear what I like. I work for myself. That's how it is, Matt. That's the advantage of being your own boss. That'll do. It's close enough. Not the clearest. What I'll do is I'll just change the feed onto yeah, it's okay, Les. It's actually not too bad, but the point is that not interested in buying your followers. It does get lonely at times, which is why I actually set up the stream. It's ridiculously hot. I've not even got the fan on, so I've just got a nice breeze blowing through the apartment. I've got the back and front and back patio doors open. It's getting hot in here, so wear your tank top. I am getting so hot, I'm gonna wear a tank top. There you go. I'm a man of many talents. That's all I'm going to say about that one. Hey, look, what's not to be happy about? The sun's shining, the skies are blue. I'm in profit on the month, 24k up already. So, hey, look, what's not to like? We're look, nearly 3 weeks left of the month to go in terms of trading. So this week and 2 more, 2 full trading weeks. So we've got plenty of time to make some money. And plenty of time to make some good money. I think that's the difference, is not just making money, but making good money. And I've not decided yet if I'm going to be taking, it's going to be a last minute job if I do, if I'm going to be taking some time off in August. No, I couldn't do that. Sitting in my pants, I just couldn't do that. Hey Dunkers, I'm not. Who did I say? There's a program on the comedy program comes on. I think it's Channel 4 or something, and I missed that little pop up. And that's very similar. There's a guy who comes in from work, drops his keks, and steps out of his shoes and goes and sits in the recliner. The Goldbergs, that's it. The Goldbergs. Start worrying when I'm wearing my wife fronts and my wife beater, and with some holes and some ketchup stains down the front of it. That's when you know I've really let myself go. I do have a couple of wife beaters actually. They're actually really nice for winter. You don't wear them out in public though, that's the problem. We're looking for something to go parabolic today. Two were absolutely mental yesterday. We had Plrx went parabolic pre-market all the way up to $20, and what was the second one we had yesterday as well? That was Caspian. How could I forget Caspian? It's like Prince Caspian from the C.S. Lewis books, Narnia. Well, I'm happy with a green day there, Owen. Any green day is a good day. A big green day is a great day. So right now, we've had a little start. We've traded Goev, which is this one. It's Canu. They're an EV supplier. They've got news that they've actually had. What was the news? That's a good question. I just put this in the. Okay, so Canu stock jumped after signing a deal with Walmart. That's it. $4,500 electric delivery vehicles. So that's Goev. Go electric vehicle. Now, Hsto Inc. moved up really well. I couldn't get in. I was waiting. I saw this move up and it was looking really tasty, and I just couldn't get in because I couldn't get in until it pretty much finished by the time I was able to trade it. So got in on the bottom of this move and moved back up. But there's no real catalyst Right, now we're finally getting that Peloton bounce. So who was it that was talking to me yesterday about Peloton? So Peloton's finally bouncing. We've finally had funnily enough, that took place at 4 o'clock. We finally got a 60-minute candle that made a new high. So we're now getting to a place where, if you look at the 60-minute, I said yesterday after this sell-off over the last couple of days, shut up. Wait for a candle to make a new high on the 60-minute. So this was the one that made a new high. That was at 4 o'clock this morning. So nobody would have been trading that. I don't know any brokers that actually allow trading at that time. So the next one would have been here, and then we've moved up. So not saying I'm the best trader on TikTok. Top 3. Or YouTube, for that matter. Definitely top 3. Probably the best one on Twitch. I don't think there is any other traders on Twitch, is there? Let me know. If you're watching on Twitch and you know that there are some other traders trading live on Twitch, let me know. Let me know who my competition is. Not sure there are any. Well, this is just consolidated sideways now. We're getting a couple of pops. This is looking to make a move up now. Let's get in the break of the $0.50. So the break of the $0.50 might add to my position if it breaks the $0.50. Just 2,500 shares. $0.13. GLSI, very low volume. That's Greenwich Life Science. It's very low volume. I'll just have a look at what the catalyst is, because if it's just dropped a catalyst right now and the market takes notice. Okay, so Greenwich stock rises as the FDA lifts hold on phase 3 breast cancer trial. We do like those cancer catalysts. Good cancer catalysts. It's usually, that came out at 6 o'clock, so it's not really moved up huge amounts. In fact, it popped up and then sold off. GLSI. Yeah, it popped up and sold off, and it's low volume, so I wouldn't touch GLSI right now. Nice catalyst, but the market's not reacted to it. So look at it on the 5-minute. It pumped up and then sold off. So wait for the volume to come in before you even think about touching that one. Like I say, I like the catalyst, but it doesn't matter what I like. It's all about what the market likes, Chip. And the market hasn't reacted much to that catalyst. So we're in this 2,500 shares. This is Hsto. No real catalyst on this one at the moment. It's just moving up really, really well. Good volume, got good momentum. Right now we're in at 543, which is exactly what's on the, well, 545 on the ask at the moment. So we'll kind of break even on this trade at the moment. I got in, we found support at the $0.25, and then it started to make a breakout. I was looking for at least the break of the $0.50, but it doesn't look like it's moved. We're not getting the movement. I'm just going to get out for a scratch. Normally you want to, if you're going to get a breakout, you want the breakout to happen pretty much right away. The longer you stay in for it to consolidate, if you don't get the breakout and it starts to consolidate, the likelihood is it's going to go against you. So just get out. If you can get out for a scratch and not lose anything, then just get out. Now guys, remember, Everybody in the TikTok stream, tap that screen 10 times if you're coming into the chat. It just helps with the algorithm, helps push it out, shows that the people in the stream are engaged, enjoying the content, and it pushes it out to more people. So just tap that screen 10 times. Don't tap it too hard. You don't want to break your screen. You still want to watch and see the charts, see my pretty face. So don't crack your screen. Just tap it 10 times gently. You know you wanna. Go ahead. If you're watching on YouTube, in fact, do we have anybody on YouTube? Oh, we did. We have a few people on the YouTube chat. Well, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. You know you wanna. Subscribe to the channel while you're there. It's the polite thing to do. Yeah, it's just nothing going on here. 970. So huge spike up to kind of 12. High of that was what, 12, almost 1250. But there's not enough volume on Greenwich Life Science. Watch it though at the open. A catalyst like that could get interest at the open, so we might get a bit more volume coming closer to the open. So we've got, 75 minutes to the bell. It might pick up a little bit later. So there's a range there today for sure. I'm not in any trades at the moment. I just got out of Hsto for a scratch because it just wasn't moving quick enough for me. Hey, William. So we're looking at Hsto and Goev as the tickers. So Goev is Canu. Hsto is Hsto is the ticker. So these are the two main movers pre-market at the moment. Good morning, William. Nice to have you here. AMC holding those gains. It's kind of sideways for a couple of days now, but it's holding most of those gains up at the kind of $14.80, $15 level. It's slightly down on the day at the moment. Fraction of a percent, but it's above the VWAP, and as long as it's above the VWAP, the apes are in charge. So go apes. Oh, we're getting a few movers now. But not on great volume, but let's have a look at the movements. So Indonesian energy. Be careful, 21 cent spread on this, 20 cent spread on this. So Indonesian energy, I've traded this successfully over the last six to 8 months, and made quite a bit of money on it. But it's having a nice little squeeze, nice little pop. So Indonesian energy is that we've traded this up at like $30 or whatever it was earlier in the year in March. No, it went up to $60, $70. That's when we made some really good gains on it. So I think back in March it went from kind of $20 up to like $85, $86 or something in 2 days, and then sold off the next day. I think I actually went short on it the next day and made money then as well. So Indonesian energy, we're getting some volatility coming in there. Not huge volume right now, but it's picking up. So just watch this space for the volume. As the volume picks up, you can get. I mean, we've had a whole dollar move in this last 2 minutes, so can be quite volatile. But with a whole dollar, you've got to also factor in the spreads between the bid and the ask. So the very range on Indonesian energy. It was 20 cents, it was as little as 2 cents, as big as 21 cents so far. So just be careful with that one. It's looking like it's having a good day at the moment. What else was moving? A Wise Key, an FT stock, if I remember right. Okay. Not really moving much. It's too low volume. Caspian was from yesterday. I don't think that's coming back from yesterday. Huge move up. Still don't know why it moved up. But this is what we made our money on yesterday. Made nearly $17,000 with Caspian yesterday. Really good move. It's at 560s right now on low volume, so it's selling off, and it's not shortable. Never mind. I'll put Indo on here because Indonesian energy, like, it's up to 30% now. USO, you certainly can take a look at USO for you. Right now, low volume. I figured it's selling off today. Get on the 15-minute chart, you'll see a bit more. So it had a slight move up yesterday, but then it's selling off today. $75 USO, low volume. So not looking great right now. Not looking overly strong. It's below the VWAP, so it's in downwards trending. Not something that's exciting me. Just the lack of volume and the downwards trending. Might be worth considering shorting it, maybe. See how it goes. If it continues to sell off, then it could be a short. Hey, Flossie. Now let's go back to these movers. Indonesian energy. The spreads have narrowed, so we're getting a little bit of a pullback here. Say the spreads have narrowed, but they can very rangy on the spreads. They can go very quick, move very quick. I'm looking for a break of $8. Take some there, take a little bit of profit, wait for a pullback for an ad or an exit. This is Indonesian energy. Why is Indonesian energy moving higher? They've announced that they've discovered a potential natural gas bearing reservoir while drilling in the Crew 28 well. So that's why. I'm going to add and take a little bit off. Taking a third of locking in some more gains. Just increasing our share size. The break of the $0.50. Good catalyst based on the price of natural gas at the moment. Pulls back beyond 820, we get out. Okay, so we made $200 out of that. Base hits. It absolutely is, Maka. How can you trade with the spreads changing so much? Carefully, Kiryant. Carefully. This is, I've traded, I know how Indonesian energy moves, so I've traded so many times now. As you get used to trading certain stocks, you trade certain stocks a lot of the time, you get used to them being rangy and spready. So you know how you have to factor in a little bit more risk, so that if it starts to pull back, you want to be looking at the ask rather than, because if you're buying on the ask, you want to be looking at the ask for the price movement. Now, if it doesn't move that much, but the bid does, you don't want to be pulling out of the position just because the range between the spreads has increased. You kind of need to factor that into your risk with if you're getting into a rangy stock. It's just one of those additional things you've got to take into account when you're talking about risk mitigation. Base hits and then run, absolutely. Get you know, make a bit of profit. $200, $200 for 3 minutes work. Who's going to pay you? Who's going to pay you that? That's $4,000 an hour. Where are you going to get that kind of money? Okay, so getting a little bit of a move back up. No, I didn't want that move back. I didn't want to move back down. You don't fake me out like that. That's just cheeky. That's just rude. I had a candle makes a new high on the 1 minute, and then it as soon as I enter, it decides to pull back to the whole dollar. We're getting an upwick, which is a good sign. It's kind of a bullish sign if we're getting upwick. The same way as a downwick is a bearish sign. So we're looking for a move back up to the half dollar. Break the quarter dollar up to the half dollar. What we're looking for. The spreads at the moment are only 4 cents, so I'm not too worried about the spreads right now. 4 or 5 cents. Although with Indonesian energy, they can change very, very quickly, and they can go from 4 cents to 20 cents in the blink of an eye. So it's something that you've got to be careful of, got to be mindful of, but you shouldn't let it make you veer from your trade plan. So we've just made a new high. So again, let's see. We're looking for the half dollar test again. So far, 840 is the high. Let's take a little bit off as we break the half dollar. These base hits make a big difference. And we've got 2,500 shares in this at the moment. You don't really want to be going, unless it's going really parabolic, you don't want to be going in big size pre-market, because it's much lower volume, the liquidity is not as high, so you end up getting caught holding bags. Not ideal. Lock in some more gains there. It's pulling back, so we got out at break even. So we're up to 1,700 up on the day. We just made a good $500 there on that move up. Excuse me. I don't mind trading Indonesian energy, even with the crazy spreads. Sometimes it's because it's such a low float stock. you always know that you're going to get volatility with it. When as soon as it gets any kind of volume, it gets good volatility. I mean, we're like just over 2 million share float on Indonesian energy, so a good catalyst. People have been watching this all year because of the moves it made back in, was it March or February, whatever it was, March, and it's always hanging about. How much do I spend with Capital Markets Elite Group? I don't care, quite frankly, but it works out quite a lot of money. So I'm spending probably anywhere between 20 and 30,000 a month with Capital Markets Elite Group if I'm hitting my targets. Even when I'm not hitting my targets, I'm probably spending about 20-30,000 a month with them. But not just with them. I mean, that's full transaction charges, because that's not just commissions. That's everything else. All the fees, ECN, FINRA, SEC, all the fees as well. So I group all that together because at the end of the day, that's all tax deductible. All the transaction charges, all the fees and commissions and charges are all tax deductible. They're a tax deductible expense. $2,500 shares, looking for the break of $9. Support at the $0.75 level now. The move up for the break of $9. We know that Indonesian energy can run. When it runs, it can really run. Good morning, Art. Well, I'll tell you why Indonesian energy is up today. It's discovered a potential natural gas bearing reservoir whilst drilling in the Crew 28 well. That's why Indonesian energy is up. And the demand for natural gas, as we all know right now, because of the whole Russia-Ukraine situation, is huge. So, of course, you'd expect the market to react well to that kind of news. Yes, Dunkers. My expenses do come out that much across the. But I'm making it depends how much I make. But I'm making decent money. So if I'm making if I target myself on 5,000, if I make 5,000 net gross profit, like trade profit on a day, it might cost me 800 in fees, 900. It might cost me 20%, between 15 and 20% in fees. That's what I kind of budget on. Some days it doesn't cost me that much. It might only cost me like 5-6%. Other days it might cost me 20%. So I kind of budget on that much. So if I'm aiming for an average of 100k a month, I'm looking at 20-25k in fees and charges. That's kind of what I'm budgeting on. Why am I talking when I should be paying attention? Should have got out of this for the break of the $0.50. Are we going to get support here at the $0.50 though? That's the question. We're going to get a nice little bounce. Is it worth me adding to this position right now? Taking a little bit of a risk. Wait for the indicator. I need an upward. I need to see an upward indicator before I add. Where's my ad? Wasn't paying attention. Not paying enough attention there. Was a bit of a downfall. Too busy talking to the chat when I should be concentrating on trading. A little bit of a fake out there. We're getting a bit of a Third pullback is dangerous, but this is only really the second. I know you're right. Third. 1, 2, 3. It's a key support level. I didn't draw this line here this morning, by the way. Just so you know, this 844, this dotted line, this support resistance line. I didn't draw this morning. And look, it's moved. So this has been one I've been trading it previously. So it moved up, found it as resistance, pulled back, broke through, and now it's using it as support. So that's technical analysis for you. That's from previous days trading. The energy markets aren't down. That's the thing. So people saying that the energy markets are down are taking a short-term view. Zoom out. Have a look at where the energy markets were and the prices of some of these energy stocks in January, for example, before Russia invaded Ukraine. Have a look at what the prices of these stocks were back in January, and then tell me that energy stocks are down. Okay, I'll get out. So Indonesian energy, faked me out a lot. I got a bit greedy, so I've given back the gains. So that's okay. We're still green on the day. Okay, back to the chat. Virtual MTB. So you want me to walk you through how to short in lay terms? The easiest way of doing that. So if you want to know how to short in lay terms, okay, you've got the Samsung 22 S22 Plus, and you're not using it. Okay, so I come over to you and I say, can I borrow your Samsung for a couple of days? And you say, yeah, no problem. And what I do is I go down the road and I sell it, whatever the market price is. So let's say I sell it for $1,500. So I sell that to Joe Sixpack down the road, knowing full well that it's getting old. There's a new one coming out, or whatever it is, later in the year. So I sell that for $1,500. There's an announcement by Samsung about the latest phone, the Samsung S23 Plus, that's going to be coming out later in the year, and the resale market, the price actually drops on the price of the phone. So what I then do is I go out and buy that exact same phone that I've just sold to Joe Sixpack, and I give it. So I go and buy it for $1,200, where I sold it to Joe Sixpack for $1,500. So I go and buy it from whichever retailer for $1,200, and then I go and take the phone and I give it back to you who lent it to me in the first place, pocketing in my back pocket a sweet profit of $300. That is in lay terms what shorting is. So you borrow shares from your broker, it will charge you an interest rate, and your bet is that you're borrowing those to actually sell at a high price, and then you will buy them back at a lower price later. So you're betting that the price is going to go down. So when it goes down, you buy them back at a low price, and you cover and give those shares back to the broker that you borrowed them from, and you pocket the price difference. So that's what shorting is. I hope that made sense. INMD, yeah, it did spike 25.80. Let me have a look at this. INMD, why did it spike? Company issued Q2 results. So Read what you will into that one. On the back of Q2 results, that's INMD. There's no volume though. So the spike went up, but there's no trade there because there's no volume. There's nobody trading it. We're like 50,000 shares traded today. So I wouldn't take that. It's just not going to be reliable. Go back to Hsto, Goev, Indonesian energy pulling back, broke the VWAP, so pulling back to $8 level. Plrx making moves up, lower volume, so I want to see this getting higher volume if it's going to have a continuation, because it's held most of its gains from yesterday. So if you look at it, Plrx, which moved well yesterday, it moved up pretty much pre-market, sold off, we got caught in that, and then it moved up into the close. Now it's held most of its gains, so that's up here. I'm going to get rid of some of these lines, it makes it a little bit clearer, but it's held most of its gains. So if this gets back above 23, it might have another move today. What are my entry and exit indicators that I look for? So entry, I'm looking for momentum, I'm looking for volume, I'm looking for consolidation. So I won't buy at the high. I'll wait for it to reach a high and then pull back and then make a move, a next move up. So that's my entry indicator. So I'm looking for consolidation and then confirmation with volume that there's a continuation about to happen. So that's what I look for. Those are kind of my entry indicators. The opposite is true if I'm shorting. I'm looking for a bounce and then a continuation downwards. The same thing pretty much on all stocks. So regardless of what strategy I'm using, that's kind of the main entry indicator. The exit indicator is I'm looking for signs of weakness. I'm looking for upwicks. I'm looking for bearish patterns forming, so bear flags, head and shoulders, double tops, anything like that. So those are my exit indicators. So what's changed since June? Well, the price is up. You can't keep going up high. The simple fact is that you think of the elastic band analogy that I like to use, is that if you stretch an elastic band, when you start off and it's relaxed, you can stretch an elastic band, and do you know what? It's really easy to stretch, but the more you stretch it, the more difficult it becomes. So it becomes, it's like really extended, and then it's going to snap back. It's going to actually come back and pull it back in. So you can't keep going on to all-time highs. Same with the market there last year, is we reached all-time highs. It had to pull back at some stage. That's the way it goes. We can go on to new all-time highs. We can go on to new highs of a particular stock, but you can't just keep going on to highs and highs without any kind of consolidation and pullback. Meds. You love these low volume stocks, don't you, Chip? TRX said it's 192, low volume. I keep telling you, Chip, there's no trade without volume. I mean, this popped up very, very quickly to 240 and now it's selling off. So you need volume. There's no volume. If you've not got any volume, you've not got a trade. Simple. Goev is bounced on the lovely little bounce on the VWAP here of Goev. Yeah, I think we've all said hello to you already, William. I don't know why you need so much attention, but hello. Hello, William. let's see. Let's get in for move up, break at 410. At this, if we can get up to 420. Yes, it certainly is, Reach. Of course, UK and Ireland, we don't build homes for hot weather. We build it because it's cool weather most of the year round. We don't build it. We build the homes to keep the heat in rather than keep the heat out. So we end up having to dress like this in summer. No air conditioning in UK and Irish homes. Can you imagine? Slow but steady gains. I'm looking for 420. 417 on the ask right now. There's one of my exit indicators. I'm just going to take that profit there. It's an extra 100 quid. Yeah, it's probably a little bit hotter there than it is here in Dublin. You tend to get, you know, larger extremes. What did Indonesian energy end up doing? I expected a better reaction to that catalyst. I thought that was going to be a really good catalyst for Indonesian energy, and the spreads have widened as well. So now 8-cent spreads. So maybe we'll get our money back later on Indonesian energy. $375 up. So green on the day still. Hsto just now below the VWAP, looking weak. OEV. We pretty much judged the top of that little move perfectly. You have to use limit orders, Matty. Market orders need a market to execute, so you can't use market orders if you're trading out of hours, unfortunately, which is why stops don't work, because essentially a stop loss, a stop order is a market order. It's essentially you saying sell my position, exit my position, cover my position, whichever way you are, at the best available rate. And that's why you often get slippage. You can get substantial slippage on a stop, but yeah, you need a market order. You need a market order for a stop, and you can't use market orders pre-market, so that's why stops won't work. It'll just blast past and not execute. You have to use limit orders, which is what hotkeys and hot buttons are good for. Just put the scripts in and set it up for limit orders. And you put a little bit of slippage on your limit order so that it's not too tight. If you're in a particularly fast-moving stock, what you don't want to do is try and get out, and it moves past you before you've even got out there. So if you're, for example, if you're selling on the ask, you want to sell on the ask plus 5 cents, for example. So that's your limit order, is the ask plus 5 cents. It will execute there on the ask, but it will continue. You could in effect have 5 cents slippage. looking a bit weak right now. Got a red candle on the 60, which is usually a bearish sign. So AMC staying about. Look, AMC is not looking too bad at the moment. If you let me know if you're an ape, if you're hodling your AMC position, I can laugh at you. What else is wise key? No. No, no volume. Not enough volume, at least. Bit of consolidation around the 415 now, or Goev. Watch this. It needs to get over 420 now for it to be interesting. Range is really the ATR is getting a little bit narrower, so we're getting like the candle range is getting very small, kind of 2, 3, 4 cents. Can't really take much from that. IGV, low volume. Brickle Biotech, low volume. And GLSI had a good catalyst, but no volume. Araday moved really well a couple of days ago, last week. And will we get a continuation? No volume in a minute. I'm just going through the momentum stocks, but it's momentum without volume, so just be wary. So coming back down to the VWAP on this is Indonesian energy. So we're in the hole with Indonesian energy at the moment, but I'm kind of feeling like this will move today. We should have been a lot more. We should have made a hell of a lot more money than we did on this one. So a little bit annoyed. It's in here at 790, moving our way up. So we got almost a whole dollar. We should have been in the thousands. We should have had at least a couple of K on this one. You can set up a buy limit order and a sell limit order. Of course you can. You can set limit orders. But you can't set a limit order and a buy order on the same stock at the same time, unless you set a range order. You can set a. If you can short it, then you can do both. If it's shortable, you can do both. If you've got shares to short, Matt, you can do both. It's just that one will counteract the other. So if you set a sell order at like $9, I want to sell at $9. It's not there, but you also want to buy it at $7.50, and it's not there. So you're in between. The price action is in between where you want to buy and where you want to sell. Then yeah, you can set those limit orders. The problem is if you set Indonesian energy right now is 827 is the price. If you set a buy order at 850, it's going to fill you straight away. Essentially what you're setting with a limit order is the maximum price you're prepared to pay. So you set a limit order at 850, it's going to fill you at 832 as it is right now. But you set a sell order at 850, it's not going to execute until it gets up there. Set trigger orders, which are slightly different things, but starting to get into the technicalities now. Got a low here of 805, so we've got support at the $8 level, the whole dollar level. Just above the whole dollar level for Indonesian energy. We've got 35 minutes to the bell, 35 minutes to the open. I'm expecting potentially a gap and go with Indonesian energy at the bell. Whether I get that or not a stock pick, it's not financial advice, just what I'm expecting to happen at the bell based on that news catalyst. And we get it. That's no problem, Matty. The whole point of me doing this stream is to help people like yourself who you're relatively new to trading to learn from my knowledge and mistakes that I've made in the past, so you don't have to make mistakes. What's the price for Indonesian energy? What's the price target for Indonesian energy? Well, I'm not giving stock picks but I'll be very surprised if we don't hit $10 today. So that's my thoughts on Indonesian energy right now. It's 36% up already. I would expect potentially $10 at some stage today. Could be wrong. I may be wrong. I've been wrong before. That's what I'm looking for. So now Indonesian energy, it's trading below the VWAP. It's just broke $8, so it's looking a little bit weak right now. But it's a good catalyst if the catalyst is true, because you never know if it's true. We're just speculation. Buy the rumor, sell the news. That's what they say. Wow. Quite heavily shorted as well. So that could have an effect on the, it's like 30% short flop. So it could have an effect on its price action today. The catalysts like that very often catch the shorts with the trousers down. I trade at 7:30 a.m. Alex. 7:30 a.m. market time. So those of you in Dublin or London wondering what I'm talking about, you've been trading all this this time? No, it's 12:30 12:30 my time, but it's 7:30 market time that I trade, Alex. I'm allowed to trade. There are some brokers out there that will allow you to trade before that, from pretty much all the whole session, so from like 4 a.m., but mine isn't one of them. Hey, Fuzzy Duck, how's Alistair today? Let's have a look at applied UV again. That's back on the momentum scanners. No, just sideways consolidation. It's just sideways at the minute. Oh, not a lot of movement right now. So we've had a few things move, but not a lot of movement right now. So just wait for. Well, we sometimes see, we sometimes get some breaking news at the top of the hour. So let's see if there's anything comes out. Not seeing anything as yet. Watching for. Right, ALDX might get. Let's watch it for ALDX. Currently 470s. So Aldera's Reproxalat hits primary goals in dry eye disease chamber crossover trial. I've actually got that dry eye disease. Which reminds me. That's what this is for. Oh, that feels so much better on a hot day like this. Essentially, what dry eye. If you're sitting a long time in front of screens, it tends to find, if you spend your whole career in front of screens, it gets exacerbated. But you tend to find that you don't blink as often, and you can end up, your eyes stop producing tears, and your tear ducts dry up and get blocked, and then you end up with that dry eye disease. So, and it can really impair your eyesight. So make sure you take either get some blue light glasses if you're in front of screens all day, or make sure you take regular breaks every 15 minutes. Just look away and blink your eyes for a while. Get some of this dry eye mist. Here comes Chip with his obscure low volume stocks. Keep them coming, Chip. Keep them coming. So Blue Hat Interactive. What's just dropped? What news has just dropped? It's up at 340s. It's Q4 earnings. So Blue Hat Interactive, no, I'm not seeing any particular news other than Q4 earnings. Ah, right, okay, yes. Blue Hat Interactive Entertainment Technology announces registered direct offering of ordinary shares. So they've just announced an offering, share offering. So they're going to dilute the stock. So, of course, normally you'd expect that to tank the price. No, you know, the market's just going to be completely irrational and rally the price. We're going to release a lot more shares into the market to dilute your current holding and the retail holding. So what are you going to do? Oh, we'll tell you what, we'll buy up the shares now, shall we? Inflate the price. That's what I'm talking about. The market can be completely irrational sometimes, and it can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. Don't try and second guess the market. Yeah, the 1 minute candles are over 100,000 for the last 3 or 4 minutes. So, but there's your upwick. That's an exit indicator right there. That upwick. Keep my eye on that one. Moved nicely, but I'm not convinced. Still to be convinced. $4 million float, average daily volume 5 million. So we're a little off the average. It's still relatively low volume. We've not filled that. Up. There's 2 upwicks right now. So on the 5 minute, we've got what's known as devil horns. So be careful if you're thinking of trading a blue hat. It looks like it's going to pull back a little bit. OUV, sideways consolidation, looking weak. I want to see this stay above 750 and move up towards the VWAP at the bell. Blue hat. Be careful with this one. There's nothing moving right now. Got this initial pump on the announcement of the share offering. It'll consolidate now, and then it'll decide which way it wants to go. So I don't expect blue hat to go parabolic on that kind of news. But if you manage to get in on the break of the news, good luck to you. Funnily enough, so Blue Hat Interactive Entertainment announced registered direct offering of ordinary shares. Then 10 seconds later, Anetti announces the purchase of common shares by Scorpio Holdings. I'm not seeing that one hitting the scanners. Revlon, 549. Still hanging around. Breaking highs here. If we can't get up towards 430. Current high is 431. There we go. So we're breaking highs now with Goev. $40. At 435. Gonna hold now. Target was 10 cents up. It's fine. We're now looking close to 20 cents. Let's see if we can get 20 cents on this. 444 on the bid. $43 on the ask. First candle to break a new low, we'll exit. Oh, 37 or below. We'll move up. Okay, we'll get it there. So there we go. Nice little bit of extra cash, another $500. Cheers. Target Hospitality, low volume, Kiriant, but I'll take a look at it at the moment. It's low volume. 165,000 shares traded today. It's up at 979, so it is up on the day. It's like 8% up on the day. It's not moved. It's not showing the volatility that I like to see. So I'm looking at least 14%, 14, 15% gains before I start trading something really. But more important is the volume. There's just not enough volume. It's actually below the VWAP as well. Excuse me. It's actually below the VWAP as well. So as long as it stays below the VWAP, it's downwards trending. No, I totally agree, Matty. Totally agree with you there. There was a potential flag there, but it broke down, so that was As soon as it broke below the VWAP there on blue hat, signs of weakness. But you had the devil horns here anyway. So if you look at it on the 5-minute, you had the indicators saying, and always look for the higher time frame for confirmation. So you've got the indicators, you've got the devil horns here, which is a classic exit indicator. So if you were in that, and then it just pulls out. So the devil horns are a massive exit indicator. On the 2-minute, you've got the big up wick. We didn't fill the wick, so again, when it starts to pull back, you need to pay heed to the exit indicators. Morning, Squibby. Not seen you around for a while. Missed you on the stream. Oh, missed that one. Now it's a bit too extended, so we've got to look for a pullback, bit of a safer entry, or a pullback to a resistance level. So we've got a support level rather. We've got support here at 65 previously, back in April. That could be a, there we go. So this topping tail here is basically a nice little reversal indicator. So we'll get a bit of a pullback, then we'll look for the move back up. Indo, it's got a good catalyst. We traded it already, but then it sold off. So it's looking tempting. The spreads are narrow on Indonesian energy today at the moment, which is, that in itself is quite tempting. So I see a bit more volume coming though. That's the thing with Indonesian energy. I want to see a bit more volume. I'll just take a starter position there. Got a little bit of a move up. I want to see it break $8. So Indonesian energy over $8. Ideally, I would have liked to have a bit more volume. Now, Indonesian energy is not the most voluminous of stocks, except when it goes on a really big run. It can rotate its flow. It's a very small flow, 4 million shares. Already rotated its flow. Average volume for Indonesian energy is 1.9 million shares daily. So we're already substantially over that. I don't mind this little consolidatory pullback. Put up to 795 before rejecting. I want to see it hold at 790, 785, 790. Then move back up again. So that was the first pullback. Looking fairly weak because the when your 9 EMA is below the 20, that's when you know it's weak. We almost got a crossover. I know, and Walmart, Squibby, absolutely. That's what we've been trading most of the day. I want to see this hold at 780. Let's move up now towards break $8 would be nice. Indonesian energy is a good catalyst, and the fact they've just discovered another a natural gas well or a natural gas reserve, it's a potentially good catalyst. So I would expect that, again, the market can be irrational though. So don't try and second guess the market. I should know better. Lack of volume at the moment with Indonesian energy. A bit more volume and we'll be good to go. Right now, the 20,000 shares a minute, which is 4. Well, if you manage your risk, it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, if you find yourself in a losing position, then just exit that position. If you don't hold on to it hoping that it's going to turn around, that's probably my biggest failing as a trader, is I do hang on to losers too long. And that's part of the emotional thing. But the fact that I recognize that means that, you know, it's still areas for me to improve. You can always improve your trading, but the fact that I can recognize that that is my biggest weakness in trading is just hanging on to these losing positions too long. Like yesterday, for example, 17,000 up, and then after the bell, 17,000 up, 15 minutes into the market, and then hanging on to a bunch of losers, 3 or 4 in a row, and giving it all back. So that is my biggest failing, but as long as I can recognize that, I can actually improve on that. That's the problem with trading futures and commodities, is that you take big leverage. Never get married to a stock there, Kiriant. If I was getting an emotional attachment to a particular symbol, I'd still be trading Aeroclean right now. That was a 5-minute fake, eh? Goev. That's up, but it's breaking highs, 450s now. Looking at the rest of the scanners. Goev, Hsto, Indonesian energy. Those are the ones to watch at the moment. We've got 7 minutes before the bell. Might hold this into the bell. Like I say, it's below the VWAP at the moment, but I did like the catalyst. Do I like the catalyst enough? Does the market like the catalyst enough to move up and make this one go parabolic? I'm not so sure. That snoring is not me, I promise. Even though I do have hay fever, it doesn't affect me that way. That's the sleeping chair. Not often you see Indonesian energy with really tight spreads. So we're talking like 2-3 cent spreads, which is really good for Indonesian energy. Now, when occasionally they're like 20-30 cents. I've had 50-cent spreads on Indonesian energy. I wasn't trading it at the time, but I saw that there was 50-cent spreads on Indonesia, and it was moving at the same time, which I thought was kind of strange. Well, I think if we get some upwards momentum on Indonesian energy, some volume coming in at the bell, there's no reason why it can't reach $10 today. Got a pre-market high of 886. Pre-market low on this doji here of 766. It's not a pre-market low, but it's a move low. So it's got another doji right now just set up. So is that a double bottom? Possibly. Back above the VWAP will be a good start. Goev is up at 460s now. Up in 460s. Oh, breaking 460. Oh, Goev looking good. Not sure if I can hold this much longer into the open. I was hoping that it would consolidate around 780 into the open for a move back up to above $8, but it's pulling way back, so I'm not sure I can hold this much longer into the open. 750 kind of, I'll have to draw the line in the sand there at 750. Got 2 minutes to the bell. Told you, GLSI is just took two nice catalysts, but the volume's just not there at the moment. GLSI. I really wanted to hold this into the open, but like I say, I'm it's getting very close to a max loss on this particular ticker. Plrx is above the VWAP again, 2250s. Therapeutics. Not seeing any entry indicators, so right now, not had a candle make a new high, so that's no indicators to say add to the position or anything like that. I'm still holding from 790. Got 10 seconds. 10 seconds, guys. 5 seconds. Shut up. This breaks the $0.50. I'm just going to have to get out. Expected a gap and go with Indonesian energy, but it doesn't look that way. So I'm going to get out if it breaks the $0.50. There we go. So we're 1600 down on the day at the moment as it stands. I can come back to that later. So let's have a look what else is moving. I'll change the scanners over. You've got to draw your line in the sand somewhere. If it turns round, it turns round. I can always get back in. 1600 down is not difficult to recover from. Well, shouldn't be difficult to recover from if we get the volatility that we potentially could do. The SPY's just gone green on the day, so look at that. Got the S&P500 just gone green on the day after gapping down. That's a good sign. Indonesian energy needs to get above 775 and then move upwards. Goev moved up, then sold. Hsto, that's done for the day, I think. AMC looking strong, over $15. GLSI still no volume. Still not had a candle above 100,000. So GLSI, not convinced. Lack of volume is kind of scary. Even though it's moving up, lack of volume, there's no trade there until it gets some volume. Just watching the scanners for anything. Just got to be patient sometimes. I took a calculated risk with Indonesian energy there. I was looking for it to move up at the bell. It didn't, so I cut my loss at the $0.50. We'll wait for the opening ranges to form. I don't know where you're getting your head and shoulders from. What time frame? Okay, let's see where the action is going to be. Run at 77. I want to see a break $5. When we break $5, we've got 556 is the halt up level, so we're way off that. Put a stop there. We just put a 10-cent trailing stop in there for 5,000 shares. So let's see if this continues to move up. Let's go Goev. Canoe. News of a Walmart partnership. And my stop is at 81. Continue to get a move up. I'm not watching CNBC. What I should be watching is football.
Team that we know dual style Champions League.
Well, I shouldn't be watching that. The Man United Liverpool game. Liverpool are 3-0 down after 35 minutes. Yeah, granted it's the kids, but Liverpool kids should still be good enough to beat Man United. GLSI now making moves. Oh, it's halted. GLSI halted to the upside. Still on low volume. I still don't trust it on the low volume. I just can't get in there with this level of volume on that. Indonesian Energy didn't react to that catalyst as I expected it to. It might do later. Let's see. Blue Hat doing nothing. AMC 1540s. AMC looking strong. Go Apes. Go EV. So we're still in this. I think they've got a very good chance. The same as they did last season. They were wrote off last season. This time last year they were wrote off. Everybody's saying that they'll be Champions League contenders in terms of top 4, but everybody wrote them off as potential winners, and they were like 1 point in it. So I think they've got just as good a chance this year. Just because Mane's gone, I think Luis Diaz is going to be the set the world alight there, like he did from January. I think he's a better talent than Mane. With a pre-season under his belt, I think Liverpool have a good chance this season. Ronaldo going to Chelsea? I don't think so, Alex. I'll be very surprised. I think Ronaldo will probably end up in the MLS. Nobody else can afford his wages, so he's not going to go to Chelsea. If he goes to Chelsea, that would be absolutely hilarious. But he wants Champions League football, or he wants a swan song. So he could potentially go to Portugal, or go to the MLS for a swan song. That's where a lot of players go to retire, isn't it? The MLS. Right, so Goev, we've got $2,000 out of Goev. We're $700 down now, based on Indonesian Energy not taking off. So the rest of everything else, it's not really exciting me very much. 34. This should resume any time now. GLSI. I've got a resumption at 13.90. Now I don't think that's going to be the case. Probably going to resume somewhere in the middle, maybe 12.90. this could resume up there towards $13. I've got 12.88 on the level 2. Looks like a 10-minute halt by the looks of it. Yeah. 10-minute halt, so that'll be 44 when that resumes. Come back for that later. Goev, let's see if we can't test that $5 level again. So 495 is the high of day right now. I need to see it break that. If we get rejected, it might turn into a double top. That wasn't a great film. Let's break $5. Break of the whole dollar's key here. A lot of sellers at $5. Goev rejected hard at $5. Hey, you. Where we've got support, we found support here before, so let's see if we get it again. Previous support. Doesn't look like it. Buy in at the $0.75 level. Support there, and I'll just get out. Breaks, continues to sell off. Yeah. Not having a good judgment day today. Which indicators am I using? I've got the VWAP, what you can see here, I've got the VWAP here, which is the blue, I've got the 20 EMA, which is the pink, and I've got the 9 EMA, which is the yellow. These little indicators here, these bars here, this is the volume by price, and then you've got the volume histogram at the bottom. Then of course you've got the candle price action. So that's all the indicators on that chart. Yeah, well, good good luck to you there. Like I say, volume is key for me. Finding support around $7. Indonesian Energy, Goev, after that huge sell-off. Let's find support at 450 above the VWAP. Look for a VWAP bounce. Anything else moving? GLSI, that resumed? Yeah, it resumed up at $13. So finally resumed at 13.20. Got the volume coming in as well. A bit wary of GLSI because of the volume. I'm gonna fill this gap. Looked at that before I got in. Good catalyst though on GLSI. Just the lack of volume made me think twice about it. And I got in a break of highs. I didn't get them. I see support on the $12 here. 12.20 is where it resumed, where it halted previously. 12.03 is where it halted previously. Filled that gap. $4 support, no. Get it. Broke the whole dollar. That's me done. That's me done for the day. Big loss. Big red day. That's almost half my equity on the day. Don't like that. What else is moving? Right. Doing nicely too. I'll get out for a scratch on that one. Let it pull back. Get back in a second. Pull back. Caspian Holdings was a good one for us yesterday. Not green on the day yet, but it's showing some volatility. Big spreads to narrow up. Right, $6. Well, moving very, very volatile. This. Our average cost is $7. Well, 7.01. $7.50 is the next halt level. No 6 there on the ask. Looking for 720. New highs. 25-cent spreads there at one stage. A little bit more off. Use the exposure. Get out there. Getting reversal indicators. Let it have a pullback, and then we'll get back in. Why do I want to become famous? We've got 60 cents on that. Let it pull back a little bit. There's devil horns right there. Let it pull back. I'll make new highs. $9.56 market time. I thought it was actually later than that. I thought I'd been trading a lot longer. Spreads are actually wild. To break new highs here. $7.27 is the high of day so far. There we go, we just broke it. We'll get a halt. Is it false halt? It's halted. Okay. It is at the minute. You're in Eversource Energy. Good luck with that one. I'm in Caspian again. Microfloat stop. 20% on the day after being down 20% on the day. It's had a 40% move. $5.25 to $7.64. So this due to resume at 2 minutes past 10. At the daily, let's have a look at the daily. Zoom out. We're at 764. $8. $8.50. $9. $9.60, $9.50. Yeah, so quarter, half, and whole dollar levels really important here. Last big run up was $11. Let's see how far this runs up, if at all. We've got another 2 minutes left. Looking at resuming 780s. I've got 788 on the level 1, 786 on the level 2, so it should resume up. I'm just going to put, where are we on now? 42, or put a 20-cent trailing stop in place as soon as it resumes. A minute before resumption. Seconds. So the 30 seconds left. $0.20 trailing stop in place. I've got stopped out there. So $6,000 up on Serbian. Look for another entry. Oh, spreads are getting very rangy again. I know 3 the level up. Very volatile today is Caspian, as it was yesterday. We got 17,000, almost 17,000 out of Caspian yesterday. It moved up, was five whole dollars across the course of the day. Still getting good volume. Hsto might come back. Histogen might come back. I don't know what the catalyst is. I couldn't see one on Histogen. This needs to hold $8. We're looking at 12-cent spreads, 10, 12-cent spreads, so already it's only 1.5 million shares in this float, and it's already done 6 million shares nearly. But when it moves very, very volatile. Now there's 1 cent between the spreads. It's going from 1 cent to 15 cents. So just be careful if you're trading this or planning on trading this. Need to get above 840. Best highs. High is 66. It goes upwards. Needs to hold $8. Don't mind a down wick. Don't like those up wicks. Caspian. That's a nice little move up. Is to follow through. New highs. That's $9 will be nice. A little bit of resistance at the $0.50. Couple of sellers there at the $0.50, 51. Good stuff, Fuzzy. Hit your goal, get out. That's the game, name of the game. Go and sunbathe. Go and do some sunbathing. Happy days, Fuzzy. Go and enjoy the sunshine. $75. $73 on the ask. I'm looking for it on the bid. I'm back. Risky tactic, always buying the dip. Usually should do it from a position of strength. Got okay on this ticker, so I wouldn't say it's a position of strength. It's not a position of weakness either. We did get support at $8. It's the whole dollar. So if we looking for bounce at the whole dollar again. The volume's drying up a little bit. I'll get this bought back up, then just gonna have to get out and have a scratch trade. Use sellers at $8. That's me done for the day. Big red day today. Not happy with that. It's all down to GLSI. Let's have a look at what that's doing now. Yeah, we bought in at the top and chasing the action. That's why you don't chase the action. It's starting to move back up again here. You look for the break of highs. Didn't quite come. So don't chase the action. There's today's lesson, guys. Back at it tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 90 minutes before the market opens.